Well, now that OP's out, this would be a great time for him to find a team again. Take her back into the meta.
OP.
Bring back Burning. Get OP on that team again.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Just do it. Get me back too.
Yeah. Well.
In the same team.
Yeah, I was wondering, like.
Yeah, I'll play offlane.
No, Burning will coach.
Oh, sure,
yeah.
And it's like, he picks Antimate, he's like telling everybody what to do, and he looks at me, you already know.
Is this an Animage game? Yes.
He just asked me, Animate? Thumbs up. Good. That's what I thought.
It all works out.
Do you like 5-tide?
I think it's alright.
I like it.
Harassment, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's very mana intensive, of course.
It is. And Dawnbreaker 5 as well. It's, yeah, definitely interesting post 5 picks. Dawnbreaker much more conventional than Tidehunter, of course, yeah.
Down with Strike, Avalanche on a 2, pulling that hammer back.
Oh. Top lane is very, very scary to play against. Like Dawnbreaker, whoa, I almost got the toss back. Would have been potentially a little bit scary. Still have creeps though.
Oh, gosh.
Level 2 rocket. It's a lot of damage.
Obviously a long cooldown without the rearm, but it is not fun to just stand there and eat some rockets.
Well, next one could be coming. Yep.
How do you feel about this cosmetic? The new
Hold that thought.
Axes. Shinkyu will go down to Monet for first blood.
The Doom Axis instead of the blade, you mean?
It's it's an axe guitar, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And now
XXS.
he dies for it. Die for it!
Yeah, kind of in trouble here.
Ow!
Right quick crit. And, well, oh man, won't be able to get the kill there. And he does salve up, so he'll stay in the lane for a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see if they keep the harassment up. They've only got enough for 1 gush, 1 anchor smash.
Only 7 CS on the Monkey King though. But if he gets another kill here, that could potentially be...
Balance strike, very
wow,
fire
the
with
range!
right click, and yeah, Monkey King
How is
melee
that fair?
range.
How is that fair?
You never really know how long it is.
Melee range with the Jingu Bang.
Gosh, he almost takes out the courier.
From the range also. Why is it classified as melee?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, why does he get all the melee benefits, but like here, like TA doesn't? The range is way lower.
He's like a magician. Who's, you know, they take out the wand,
so
the
he's a
wand
hero.
just keeps going.
Isn't he a hero in like some novel? I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese novel.
Why getting run down?
But at
Died
what
of Bobica.
cost? No cost, really.
Just mana costs.
He's very low on Ori. I'm gonna be careful here. Next rune spawn in 5 seconds. If Tinker wants to, he doesn't want to.
Well, he's got the top one secured, and it'll be
A water rune.
runes. Yeah. It'll be secured for him, and the bottom one goes the way of Ori anyway, so it's not like it was anything too, you know, if he doesn't get it, doesn't ruin the lane or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're giving me this look. I can't even look in your direction anymore.
Why? I'm just smiling. You say I need to be happier. I'm happy now.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, what is the Y doing there?
Tidehunter rotations.
He's about to gush him. Whoa. Very ambitious stun.
Some
Ow!
rockets, some lasers.
That was what Ori was saying IRL.
Tide was hoping to maybe get a gush.
Yeah, the 300 damage gush out of nowhere. I mean, despite them being up 3-0, they're at a goal disadvantage just because of the CS in the lane. Like, Wraith King's absolutely free farming, and Monkey King got killed, which is the only reason he actually has a game. Like, if he didn't have first blood and the other kill.
It wouldn't really feel that great.
Yeah, he's really low in the CS shots. And nothing to say, beating Ori now.
Well, I's gonna die again.
Goodbye, man.
Question is, will neutrals swipe a last hit? No. Ori will get it.
I think he stole 2 small creeps though, so worth it.
I don't know if the math checks out on that.
It does not. But you gotta, gotta dream big and believe.
Has anybody ever won a pacifist game?
No. Yes, probably with Lycan or something. Cause there were games where people just GG'd out super early, right? So it's probably possible. Oh, nothing to say.
He's still okay.
Of course. That is so annoying.
What, that taunt?
What is that tornado thing? Like the taunt? Why is it like a whirlwind?
Why not?
I hate that TP sound.
Nothing to say. Throwing out some rockets again.
Yeah. Nothing unusual there.
Monet.
Nah, no damage. Do they?
You say that, but
he-
Spirit Siphon and just needs one more Crypt Swarm. Spirit Siphon again. Ooh, got him. What were you saying?
They wouldn't have had the damage if we dodged it. You gotta give me that. You gotta give me that.
I will. You got it.
Okay.
You're off the hook.
Thank you. I was like, no way. Oh, it's a bit spicy. Or it's a Tinker rotation bottom.
Yeah, and Ame's here, not a lot of mana, but he's got
He has no
the
ult
help
too.
of the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he has no ult too, gotta be careful. And CQ also TP'd in, but nothing to say that, nah, I don't feel comfortable there.
Yeah, TP'd in and then really didn't do anything. He popped the Soul Ring, threw a stun.
It's because Arma didn't have ulti skill, I think. So he had like second thoughts. Oh my god, he still
It's
doesn't have
still
ulti.
dangerous. They know all three are here. Good avalanche to potentially save the life of Ame.
He has the mana burn creep 2 on Doom. So they know
That is such a pain.
that even if it's skilled, he won't have mana for it.
Well, late Soul Ring, maybe?
Need more than that. 180. Sorry, only gives 150. Alright, just mana burn it tiny. So obnoxious.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Tiny. They're converging on your location, and they will get the kill 5-1. XXS getting credit for that, and they'll get it. Well, they'll get the tier 1.
Yep, going straight into the Midas again on the Doom, as we see most of the time, not always. Wait, Tinker's game is pretty slow, but as I say that, Ori's game is even slower on the Lina.
Yeah, both mids kind of still getting off the ground.
Yeah, nothing like crazy. Oh yeah, so we spoke about the other day, remember skeletons? It's a very balanced mechanic. And they respawn too.
Yeah, I don't know why they respawn.
Yeah, they're so unneeded, right?
They'd still be strong without respawning.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if Lycan Wolves respawn.
That's just the shard ability.
They become undead werewolves.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just a little bit of a lead for LGD. Aster, is that more so padded because of the Doom? Are they really, like,
No,
it's going
is,
for
right?
Midas, so it's not like net worth they're really putting into fighting.
It always is with the Doom though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you just generate gold out of nothing. How much GPM is that? Like 200 something? Pretty ridiculous amount.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But yeah, I haven't really seen a tiny 4 in the longest time, so I'm interested to see what CQ can actually do with him. So far, not a whole lot, but maybe soon.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
And Monkey King is still so poor despite having like those 2 kills. Like,
still
just really
behind all
imagine
three
if he
cores.
didn't have that. Like, he would be so far behind.
He'd probably be closer to under the Lina, right?
Or he would be way under the Lina. Probably like 3.2k or so, maybe even less.
They were looking to get Wraith King. They're looking to make
Oh, just look at the rocket spam. It's
Ame
so
pay.
annoying.
Yeah, and just the vision advantage right now for LGD and those rockets coming out. It'll force them off the mid-tier 1. And yeah, Glyph will happen, but hey, well, here are my skeletons. And,
Where did
they're
they
still
come
gonna
from?
Get the tower.
They came from the mid camp next to the outpost. They're so obnoxious.
They don't have brains. They just go to whatever.
Yeah. And they last for like a minute or so.
Interesting Inkswell, but Blazer's there to kill the creep and make sure the Inkswell doesn't pop on these heroes. potentially putting Faith_Beyond in a bit of a sticky situation. We'll get the tier 1 over mid. Faith_Beyond gets credit for that, and eventually he'll get those ghosts back and his life. So another tower taken by LGD. Pretty calm game from them overall. This isn't the high tempo aggression we saw, but it is high tempo in that, you know, they are taking towers and pressuring the map.
Yeah, the Doom is going to be absolutely massive soon, though. Like, he's probably going to have his BKB in a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. He's actually going for the blink first, yeah. So he wants to push up the pace more. Like, they also know, like, late game is going to be so difficult against this Tinker. Like, you don't want to go late game against this draft. Who's going to catch him? Your Monkey King is the only one that can do it, but can he really do it? Because he actually needs to be in a fight and hit people.
Because if he's not putting out damage and Alina doesn't really have a lot, it may not really matter.
They have Ravage here. Gotta be careful. It just pops the ult, huh?
Yeah, right into a Ravage, and then out of the circle they go. Dawnbreaker comes in. This is why on the Tide, this isn't like a 3 Tide that you're going to really feel confident in killing after you get him. And they get the kill onto Siamese Cat. They'll look over. Crypt Swarm hits on a Monet as well as Ori. And these rockets start to come out. They'll run down Monet. They'll get themselves a triple kill on Ame. An easy fight from LGD, and they don't even get the Tide. So, like, yeah, you go for the Tide. You're trying to get a 5 out of the fight, but even if you do, that really doesn't salvage the fact that you got pretty much obliterated.
I don't know what it was about. Like, he just jumped on the Wraith King, popped his ult, no stun follow-up at all or anything. And supports just get picked off 1 by 1, and even your Monkey King ends up dying. Like, that was really like a massive misplay. It wasn't even like LGD did anything crazy, you know? They just walked into the Wraith King.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Wraith King, I'm gonna pop Wukong. You wanna walk out of it? Okay. Oh, that's a good one, though.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Potentially 2 kills here. They'll get 1, and they'll get the second. Ori gets 1, Monet gets the other. That's the combo they're looking for, and that's maybe a bit of an overstep from LGD to put them in a position like that.
Yeah. Luckily, it's only the 2 supports, but it's still a good pickoff. Like, the problem is that Doom also TP'd, so all of their resources are allocated at the top lane now. Like, no core is pushing out the bot lane, so it's a little bit inefficient. Like, Doom is still actually not really far ahead, considering his item build. Like, he should be way more ahead.
Yeah, considering you've gone Devour, 4, and Midas.
Yeah.
You're only 300 gold ahead of Ame. It just shows what kind of game Ame is having at the moment, too. They'll go for this stack, they'll laser it low, and well, we'll see who gets the CS. Most likely they want to give it away to Ame.
Yeah, I think I got actually most of them, but Ame got the big ones, so like a 50-50 sort of deal.
Not bad.
You take the big ones, I take the small ones, okay.
Deal. They also pinky promised. So, 3-man smoke coming out from Aster, broken by Y. And again, yes, it's a Tide, but it's a 5 Tide, and it doesn't really feel as good as it normally does getting that kill there. And well, he does have Ravage now, but he's okay dying and opening up space for the rest of his team.
For sure. Perfect smoke break.
Whoa!
He gets tossed out of the tree.
Oh my god! He didn't even land in the tree. That was awesome. He's still gonna die for it, but it was still awesome.
It looked cool. Style points.
Yeah.
Style points, for sure.
He sent it right back like in volleyball.
Yeah. But now Tide is back, and you're not getting a tower. Rocket spam also.
And there's Ravage, so you need to be very careful about how you look to fight this. You do have Doom, but who do you throw it on? Who do you really want to place that Doom on? Do you want to take it out of onto the Tide? Do you want to take away the Ravage, or do you want to take away the Tinker from the fight? Because I think
if the Tinker gets caught, it's the best target if he gets caught, but it's so hard.
Then you still have a really farm Wraith King and a Ravage to deal with.
You do, but otherwise you have a really farmed Tinker and a really farmed Wraith King to deal with.
These are the facts.
And they're not looking good for Aster.
No.
Monkey King is brilliant.
Awful. I don't think it's like a terrible game.
It's not terrible, but most of the net worth is on Doom.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest problem. Like, all their big right-click damage leaders are actually pretty underfarmed. In both the... Like, Lina being so poor is actually a big problem. You should not be behind the Tinker on net worth. No, no, no.
Ame top, or bottom, trying to get to that BKB. Ags for the Tinker. Only 950 away from that.
Yeah. And Tinker really needs levels. Like his level 18 is such a power spike. His level 12 too, of course. So it's quite common to just give him like the second book or the Tome of Knowledge, just so he gets to level 18 faster. It's just crazy how that hero scales with levels. Of course, every hero does, but especially Tinker. Of course, the rearm, like duration, or like what is it called? When it's like the cast time.
The channeling time.
The channeling time, yeah, gets reduced by a ton. But at the same time, you also can teleport on heroes. The teleport time is reduced by half a second. It's a massive upgrade. Like just 3 or 4 things get better. And Dawnberg is the pink top posturing.
Killing those creeps.
Yeah. The Skelly Bros, but they come back.
Well, they came back and they burned down again.
Which makes sense. Divine Fire is very useful, as we learn from all the RPGs we play every day.
Cleansing the world of skeletons.
Yeah.
Divine Fire, yeah. Wow, they're wrapping through these trees and kind of forcing Siamese Cat into an odd spot. And they've got the toss back onto the Wraith King. They'll have the Wraith Fire Blast. They'll get the kill. And they'll get the tier 2 tower in the top lane. And there's no way to stop this. And great play there from LGD. Sneaky.
Yeah, getting the tier 2 tower super early into the game. I would imagine the next Exorcism is going to go straight into Roche. They don't have the damage just yet.
And they just used Exorcism. I got a 4th iteration.
No, it's like you really need level 2. Yeah, despite having the Deso, like it's not the fastest, because level 1 Exo is actually not that impactful. They do have Gush as well, though. So.
Do have the minus armor.
It's a little bit unsafe, though, and we know LGD likes to play it pretty safe.
There's the Ags for Tinker.
That is such a power spike for him. Get a bouncing laser. Or they are just going to... Oh, because of the Ags, of course. Yeah. But this Tinker is going to absolutely massacre them. And Roshan, too. He's so small.
Roche, he's getting tinier and tinier.
They're just giving away the Roche for free, actually. Despite them not having Exorcism. Well, they give it to the Wraith King. I thought they were gonna give it to the Tinker for sure.
The laser just reminds me of, you ever see the movie Mars Attacks?
Of course.
Where they make the president really tiny? Or no, not the president, it's the general.
Yeah, but it's so creepy, that movie.
Yeah, well, I didn't know it was a comedy. I watched it when I was like 3.
Isn't it advertised as a kid's movie?
No.
It's not?
But you know who it was made by?
Who?
Tim Burton.
Who?
Guy who made Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't think I watched that. Is that an American thing?
Nah, Tim Burton's pretty famous.
I'm not that good with movies, so yeah, probably.
Q looking for Siamese
Oh,
Cat.
jumping away. Can't
Not
get away
gonna
from
be
that.
far enough away. Oh gosh, right click coming through from Ame for 715.
I'm so happy LGD finally plays as Wraith. Can you show how broken it is?
Wraith King or the Tinker?
Or both.
Neff would argue with you and say it's the Tinker. But, I mean, it does feel like both.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the way this game is going, at least Monkey King and Lina are quite rich now. Like, they made up a lot of net worth. And Skeleton King, Wraith King, is not really a hero that solo carries games, right? Like, you can get kited, especially in the late game. Once the Skadi comes out on the Monkey King, oh my god.
Forced to BKB, LSA, Laguna Blade, and well, yeah, the first life. Can they get the second? They still have the Doom. They'll look for the Ink Swell. Ooh, all right. Getting him out of the fight. Now a 2-man Avalanche. They'll go to the Exorcism. They might want to fight into this. They get the kill on a Shinkyu. Now they need to think. How do they approach this fight? Popping the Exorcism, and well, it doesn't look like they are going to approach the fight. At least not yet. They do have Ravage.
Yeah, a little over-ambitious from Q there, jumping in after the Wraith King was already running out, basically. Giving away his life. And Exorcism is a pretty big cooldown, too, to expend.
He's got no ult. I don't know
careful,
why
Ame.
Ame is playing so far forward, because he is going to die here.
Has an Aegis, but just going to
Got
die
the
again.
Aegis. Second life. The rest of his team's just nowhere close.
Oh no, they messed up all spells.
Boundless Strike still lands, but the rest of the team's coming in. They've got an Avalanche on a 3. Ame playing far forward and kind of gets saved by his team.
That is pretty silly that happens at this level. A lot of them use their spells at the 3-second mark, thinking it's just like a Wraith King old reincarnation. Oh! You gotta re-arm again and get out of here. Oh, he's dead.
Well, does not have the mana supply for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Aster with a 1k lead. This really, and they do have a 1k lead. Obviously, they have Doom in the game. But it's, I mean, feeling-wise, it's kind of felt LGD's way a little bit. Although the last few minutes have definitely tilted the scales a little bit.
Yeah. And, I mean, as you can see, Doom is... He's so big. Actually insanely big. Like, if they killed that Wraith King there, that would be in firm control of the game right now.
100%.
That he got out of there is pretty inexcusable, to be honest, but trying to make up for it with a big team. But just as Tinker responds to it, could be a little bit risky.
Tide looking to make something happen. Crypt Swarm hit Monet.
Oh, he's like, oof. Sweating up down the tree. Well,
They're going to go. Ravage comes out. It's on the back lines. They get the kill on a Bobica, and, well, now they look over at Monet. Puts their attention on to Faith Beyond. They get the kill on the Shinkyu as well as Faith Beyond. Ori looking for the LSA, but it won't land. Ame moving forward. Rockets coming out. Blink into this. They're going to buy back on this Tiny. They've got the Wukong's command down as well as the BKB coming out from Monet.
you get Doom and Tinker.
And now they've got the Doom on to nothing to say. He will be run down here by Monet. They'll keep up with Y. He four staffs onto the other side of them, but will still die in LGD. Not a good fight for him.
A pretty big disconnect again. Like, they ravage on the backline, but Wraith King jumps another target on a completely... on the opposite side of the fight. Like where's the golden communication we know from LGD?
Very disjointed.
Like, even, like Tiny and Wraith King together went on what they call the Dawnbreaker, I believe. Whereas they ravaged the Lina on the backline. So it's like very like where's the damage gonna come from?
Yeah, very split, and you know, trying to time it right with nothing to say coming back alive, but even then, like, that is just not the fight that maybe they had in their heads.
And they killed Tinker twice now in succession, so his game is slowed down a lot.
Down heavily.
Like, we spoke about how important level 18 on Tinker is, and
ooh, good goals. But still silence. Exorcism even committed for this.
he might still live.
And eventually they'll get this kill. They're coming with XXS as well as Monet, though. And here they come with a fierce voice and a fierce strike from both Monet as well as XXS to get the kill on a Faith Beyond.
What a damage!
And Ori right-clicks in from Ame, BKB, but one more before you go. And they will get the kill onto this Lina. Now they'll look over at Monet.
The damage
and
again!
The damage coming out from Ame is just too much for them to handle. Nothing to say gets the kill on Monet.
Ow!
Oh, just half your life gone. Goodbye back? I don't think so. Bye-bye. Oh, man. Nothing to say, and Ame all of a sudden turned on the jets.
Oh, the Wraith King bonk is so satisfying to see.
He took half the life of the Dawnbreaker in one strike.
Did you see the Lina? It took more than half. And it's a core. Just right in the forehead.
Casual 5,500 damage done in that fight.
The Wraith King level 15 talent, by the way, is insane. Like, look at the stun duration on that. 2.7 seconds. Basically Beastmaster raw.
They want Wraith King.
They get him once.
We're gonna come back
He has
to
no BKB.
live Dota. Ame, though, again.
Like,
My dust. My blink dust.
I'm really confused by this. Like, he tried to LSA him, where's the right play, and he also knows that, I'm sure. Like, you got a Dragon Slave right on top so he can't blink. And the LSA after. It's a little bit sloppy, because I feel like he should have had, there should have been a second death right there.
That's the second time.
He's overcommitting a lot. But doesn't get punished for it yet, so he's probably going to keep doing it. Ah, this is strat from Aster. He's going to keep overcommitting, and then minute 50, when he has no buyback, You're gonna be like, yeah, they can't, you know, hit the spells upon my
That is
respawn.
25 minutes away, sir.
Yes.
You're talking about minute. They have to hold out to minute 50 now.
It's called investment, my friend.
Yes, that is true. 2K lead though for Aster. Again, they are leading in the net worth. And yes, Doom net worth will always inflate it, but he's still now it's it's not just a Midas. It's not just Devourer Midas. Like, you got those items. You're packing up a little bit of
Extra
net
meat.
worth that actually is effective.
Very effective.
And then
Not as effective as a Wraith King, though.
No, but it's kind of opened up some space here for Monet and Ori, who have gotten themselves a decent amount of gold.
Sure, but the last couple of fights also gave Tinker his way back into the game as well. Like, once he has his Hex, this game is going to be very, very scary for Dire. Whoever gets hexed and Armor jumps on them. Can we talk about the level 15 Wraith King talent, by the way? Why does he have that? Plus 0.7 second stun. Is that allowed?
Not that strong. It's not even a second one.
Oh, true. It's only 2.7 seconds stun. Out of nowhere.
Four-man smoke coming out from Aster.
Shiva's up
They've
as well.
got Ags on Grimstroke.
Yeah, against the Wraith King. Not bad. But not that great. Oh, XSS!
Wraithfire Blast, Dawnbreaker with the ult. They've got the Soulbind on it too. They're looking to get the kill here on Ame with the BKB being popped by XSS. They'll take the first life out of the hands of the Wraith King and look over at Shinkyu. They'll take him out. So no Tiny, but the laser hits 3. And XSS
Good
trying to get up to them.
Ravage.
And the Ravage comes out on a 4. They're going to look over at XSS. They've got
the
Doom
Tinker!
onto the Tinker. So nothing to say. Well, he's been shut up and shut down. Why? Nothing to say. He goes down. So does Ame. Even with a big Ravage like that, it's not enough for LGD to win the fight in Aster. They turn this one around, and yeah, that's right, XXS. They gambled, they lost, and now, well, Faith Beyond trying to get out of this, and Monet trying to keep up, but he won't be able to do so just yet. They've got the scan. Faith Beyond, he's out.
A little late. Yeah, kind of late. Why are you saying what I'm saying?
Get out of my head.
But yeah, like, did you see the Tinker? It was just stuck on the high ground there. Got doomed up. I don't even know how they had vision. I think somebody dropped the sentry ward up there, which gave them the vision of the Tinker. Absolute MVP move right there. Because if the Tinker is just up there, spams his lasers and rockets, Aster's going to get crushed in that fight.
Yeah. Well, he hit that first 3-man laser, and then he got doomed right after.
Yeah, but the laser, do you see how much damage it dealt? Like, when it, everything gone.
Yeah.
Half HP gone.
Everybody got Tiny.
Tiny
Tinier.
air.
I'm scared. I'm really scared. Grimstroke, I didn't see the Dark Portrait get used, but there's a lot going on in that fight.
Yeah, just on the Wraith King.
Yeah, try to
doing
catch
a lot
that
of damage.
again next time. Here we go. I'm going to look at it once again.
Yeah, look at the Tinker. How he gets stuck on the high ground. It's really the big
Rockets.
question, like, how did he get stuck there? So he's there right now.
And the Dark Portrait was actually on the Tiny.
On a Tiny. No, on both, because of Soulbind.
Oh, right.
He blinked up, instantly gets doomed. Oh, because he lasered, they got vision of him. Yeah, a little misplay from Nothing to Say, because he cannot get doomed. He's the biggest damage source right now.
Over mid. Ame. He's going to run his way out.
Yeah. Suddenly 5k lead, almost refresher on Doom. Double Doom, I mean, just Doom the Wraith King twice, I guess. Why not?
Yeah, Refresher, very balanced item right now.
Yeah. 150 seconds cooldown is exactly how it should be.
I think it just needs the Aeon Disc treatment.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Like, I don't think it shuts it down completely. It's still good the first couple uses. For the most part, you're really only using it once or twice. Because it's kind of later in the game that you're picking it up.
Well, you say that. Razor picks it up like second item.
Yeah, so then, it kind of nerfs heroes that do that by
Yeah.
making it later not be as effective.
Yeah.
I think it's fine with the Aeon Disc treatment.
I wouldn't mind it at all.
It's like the first smart thing I've ever said.
Very smart. Yeah, it just has a rarity.
6K lead for Aster. They're up by quite a bit, and honestly, taking a series off of LGD, we've talked about it before, taking a series off the league favorite is always big.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful when you're LGD. You don't want to be in those tiebreakers again.
No, do not.
Alright, just going Roche. They just smoked the Roche, but they got unsmoked. No, 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 no. Thank you. Oh, yes? Oh, no. What?
No. Yes? No?
You just wanted to give him one more crit? Like, screw you, Roshan.
I'll be back.
Bang.
MKB finished off for Ori. Ags
that
now
one
for
is
the
massive.
Dawnbreaker.
That 60% evasion in the Dawnbreaker ult is absolutely massive. And the heal also. Ridiculous amounts. Team fights has got a whole lot harder. There's also Refresher on Doom with Spider Legs, so hiding is not that easy for the Tinker.
No. There we go, using that Midas.
But not a Devour. Inefficient. Use it now. There's a recruit right there. Eat it. Okay. Alright. You're the boss.
Things kind of quieting down. Like we've talked about. It's not like the biggest bloodbath this game, but it certainly has been starting to go off a little bit.
What do you think about... Well, I'll talk about it later. Big smoke.
XXS looking for the blink in. He's got the refresher. Double Doom could be an initiation
find?
tactic. And
Oh, they didn't go.
Goes the other way towards the creep wave.
That was lucky for LGD. Armor could have died twice there easily. What do you think if Doom Shard made him able to eat heroes for like 2 seconds or so? I think it would be funny.
He becomes another Rubik. He just gets the steal hero ability.
No, he just eats you. Kind of like Patch, but offensive.
I guess.
And then you blink away and you're like... It sounds so broken.
Are scared.
Never mind. Never mind. It's okay. I said never mind.
Well, it wasn't your best idea.
It's so broken, dude.
Smoke, ooh. Did they just catch vision of Monet right there?
Smoke, ooh.
Smoke, ooh. And they're going to go for Bobuka instead. They'll look over. Monet's got the BKB as well as the Wukongs. Bobuka's going to die, immediately
Damn it.
buy back. They'll look over onto the backlines. They're going to use the Doom here.
broken a
onto
Monkey
the
King.
Tide, and they look over at Monet. Monet's kind of been left to his own accord, and they get the kill onto the Monkey King. They did use that Doom onto the Tide, but Tide, he's not going to outlive it. They use that Dark Portrait. That'll copy the Tide, and now Nothing to Say needs to leave. Just getting that blink off the Phantom's Embrace. Now he's silenced on the other side of the fight. They get the kill on Faith Beyond. They've taken out Y. They've taken out Faith Beyond, but Y has buyback, and Y has Ravage. We'll see why he bought back.
Wow. But Aster know that too, so why is buyback? Might be all for naught. So why did he buy back?
None to burn.
Now we're pinging Roche, potentially just to try and deter Aster.
What does that mean though?
Deter, also known as to stop or to
Discourage.
discourage. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Alright, it's going into the pit. Just go into the
Not-
pit. The pit
not-
is, Roshan is slow though for them, no?
Yeah, not enough of a deterrent, I guess.
They do have Lina with MKB, which is quite a bit of damage, so I guess they like alright. Okay, they're
This
gonna
is
concede
why
it.
they bought back.
Yeah, they're gonna concede it though.
Or are they? He's starting to come forward. The timing on it. Does he have it? No. He was starting to walk over. It looked like he was leaning that way. They'll go to the
Whoa.
Ravage. It only hits onto the Grimstroke. The BKB is going to be popped by Ori, and now they're going to go after his XXS. Infernal Blade hits on Y. Rockets coming through. They might be trying to find themselves Nothing to Say. Right clicks in. They've broken Bobuka. Shinkyu going forward, but the Soulbind Laguna Blade onto both. Right clicks in here from Ori. Will take out the Tiny. Nothing to Say on the high ground once again.
Oh,
Now he
Nothing
plays
to
up on
Say!
the low ground. He's all the way over by XXS. They're looking at the Wraith King, who's in the Wukong still. Siamese Cat trying to find Nothing to Say. Hammer up onto the high ground, but Nothing to Say low on mana. Needs to be careful, TPing back to base. They took the first life out of the hands of Ame. They got the kill onto the Tiny, and they lose the Grimstroke, but they still have an Aegis in the hands of Monet.
Man, the balls are Nothing to Say. He blinked next to the
Like,
Doom.
yeah.
And then he blinked next to the Lina and it still blinks out again.
Hey, hi.
I wonder if he actually like, because Doom wasn't a low ground with spider legs, maybe didn't like see him.
Dire's bottom tower
Because that blink was really, yeah, like that's not something you see every day. Are you the Doom? Do you have Doom? Yeah? Let me just blink here real quick.
Let me test this theory.
Oh, you had it. You are hands up, mate.
I'm okay.
He's going for A on this now next on the Doom. Makes sense. Spread the Doom. Silver Edge. I guess it was good damage out. But yeah, you can see Tinker's becoming a big problem now.
Yeah, but he's still able to be dealt with.
For now.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, always really. If they get a Doom on him, he's always gonna be like, wah.
Yeah, his stocks go down. Oh. Exorcism,
Monet's in deep.
duels, Faith Beyond, he's in far. BKB's gonna be popped by Monet, he'll go to the Wukongs. This is gonna be over up towards the steps, and Faith Beyond's able to walk out of it, but they're blinking forward. They've got Ame going through. They've got the lasers, nothing to say. He's on the high ground, nobody coming his way, but finally a Yules comes out from Ori, trying to line up the stun. He's got it. Defense Matrix status resistance isn't gonna be enough. Ravage is out, and they get the kill on Ori. Why? Finally with the Ravage, it turns the
He's
team
just
fight.
out.
They're gonna go after XXS. They were looking for the TP out, but nothing to say. He's gonna drop here to Siamese Cat.
Instant buyback.
Siamese Cat running away. Exorcism still doing a lot of damage to get the kill to the Dawnbreaker. Another look over at Bobica. He's silenced. He's killed. Lasered in half. Not really like James Bond, because James Bond doesn't get cut in half by those lasers he is taunted with. Bobica, in fact, did die to it, though. Now they'll go to the high ground right off that fight. They've got all 5 heroes here for LGD.
Beautiful Ravage too. Will they be able to defend it? It's very scary. Doom has buyback. Like if they can get a catch on the Tinker, it would be massive for them. But nothing to say is not a guy to just get caught out that easily. Let's concede side. I think it's the best you can do probably at this.
Can't go through mid, and they still have a tier 2.
Only can go top.
They can take the tier 2, and that's about it.
Yeah, should be pretty fast too since they have that. So yeah, they shouldn't get much more though.
Dire's middle tower has
I
fallen.
think. Nah. They're gonna be.
Bobica loses his courier in the gem. Level 25
Ori.
here for Ame.
almost staying
Lotus
again.
Orb. Ame, good
He's
at
out,
play.
he's out!
Yeah, he just gets out of the circle. Normally an elimination if you're sumo wrestling, but
no buyback, no
low.
buyback, no buyback.
BKB. Woo, gosh, he's getting really low, just trying to hobble his way out of this one. And Ame again, low life, just taking this tier 3 tower.
Wow, he gets
For
clapped
more
by
and more they
himself.
go. Yeah, the Dark Portrait proving
Oh,
to
they
be
caught
the
him.
enemy in this one, and now they've got the stun. They'll use the Doom, the toss back by Jinkyu. That'll bring them all the way over to Faith Beyond. The Soulbine's gonna reconnect. They've got themselves the E-Blade. The
He's
Doom
dead.
looks like it's enough damage, and the Balance Strike with the help of XXS, they'll get the kill. XXS now focusing his attention onto the Death Prophet. Yules up into the air. Faith Beyond, not much he can throw the way of Aster. And well, silence on a 3 is not gonna save his life. He'll be silenced for 80 seconds while he's dead.
You know, there was one of those Ame first season moments, not Ame at TI moments.
Staying too long.
Yeah, like he did it all the time in the first season. They get punished for it every time. Like, he stood there with 50 health. Why?
Just to get clapped by his Dark
Like,
Portrait.
I would understand if there's like 1 or 2 dead people on Aster, but they're all alive, and he just walks up the hill. And yeah, just kind of forces his team into a really bad team fight.
Yeah,
Good job on Aster though, like the Grimstroke killing him there like that. I mean, didn't take a whole lot, he had 50 health. But Doom jumping right on top with the Shiva's guard so he can't blink out. Dooms him straight after. And Wraith King is a good counter to Doom, but
and then sticks
Only
with
when he
him
ults up.
even after he gets tossed away from the fight.
it's because he has no boots on Wraith King. It's like, I understand why you don't have boots, but why are you sticking around?
You can have one or the other, not both. Wow, the net worth.
Look at this.
200 gold, 100 gold.
Radiant's
Even?
tower
What?
has fallen.
And now an Aster lead.
Yeah, but are you ever really leading against a Tinker is the question.
Also, it says it's a 500 net worth lead there, but 1,000 over there.
I'm confused.
Math
Maybe they're
math-
rounding up.
Math doesn't check out.
Maybe they're rounding up. Or it's like not updated right away.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows? Gaping. Here's a Lincolns on Tinker. Wow. It's something you don't see all day. Every day. All
Seems
day.
to like super defensive. Lincoln's now BKB.
Yeah. And if you put both on one hero, it's really hard to see the Lincolns. Like the defense matrix and the Lincolns.
Lotus Orb is actually pretty clutch there. They got it on the Ame, and then it zapped back the Laguna Blade. But it wasn't enough. It was clutch, but not game-saving.
Not clutch enough.
Right there, yeah.
I see a Wraith King head. You see that too?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You just got to double tap the screen.
Oh, and then it like zooms in and gets all the stats?
Yeah. Sentry.
Did you know that meme spider picture where it looks like a spider on your screen?
Yes.
I got trolled by it so many times, especially when I was younger.
You're the kind of person who fell for the crack screen screenshot.
No, that wasn't me. You're the kind of guy that fell for the horror game The Labyrinth thing?
Oh, the maze one?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother got me with that. I cried.
Not surprising, very scary. I did it to my brother too. A big smoke for an outpost.
At least just an outpost for now.
Yeah, not bad.
47 seconds till Roche is up potentially, so
I say 90 seconds.
you say 90 seconds after this 40 seconds or 90
Yeah.
seconds including this 40 seconds?
After the 40 seconds.
Okay.
How about you?
I think it's going to be 20 seconds. It's going to be a short one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Okay.
They're posturing to control the pit. They have buyback available on Tide and Wraith King.
Is under attack.
Not enough gold on Shinkyu or Faith Beyond.
Soon.
And nothing to say doesn't have his for 2.5 minutes. Doesn't have the gold regardless.
I
Now,
think it's really
5-man smoke
important.
from Aster.
Like, if they want to be really safe, they're just going to wait for the buyback on Tinker. But they're not.
2 minutes, 50 seconds on Roche. They're going to look for Faith Beyond. Monet's right on him. LSA comes in. They've got the Laguna Blade as well. The damage coming out on Faith Beyond. There's the E-Blade to try and save him. It's not going to be enough. So now Tiny in a little bit of trouble. They've got the Refresher after the Doom. He's blinking forward, looking for nothing to say, but he's on the low ground who popped the Aeon Disc. They look for the damage. They've got the Inferno Blade, but here comes Ame. Ame with the Wraithfire Blast, forcing out the BKB from XXS. And
Tiny's burning.
Tiny will die.
Yeah.
Never
Died
able
to
to
the
survive. Yeah. His fate was doomed. They're on an exact timer, though, the Death Prophet and the Tiny.
Not quite exact, but close.
Semantics.
What means semantics?
I don't know.
Milliseconds until seconds. 400+5 Tide is actually so fun, almost has a refresh.
That's wild.
Once he has that, he's going to be a big threat, like actually Doom-worthy.
Yeah. Well, they doomed him in one of the fights, and then...
And then they
obviously
lost
right-
that fight.
Yeah.
So they stopped dooming him.
Obviously, right here, they doomed the Tiny. Roche not for another minute and 40. It was a long one.
Yeah. I'm technically right because it was closer.
Yeah. Price is right rules.
Yeah. 1 minute to buyback for Tinker. I have a hard time seeing how Aster wins the fight when Tinker has buyback, to be honest.
Or he's going to have his buyback as well. Gosh.
Next
Upgrade
fight's
that
going to be a big
blink.
one. How many buybacks are we going to see next team fight? I say
At least 3.
5.
Because there's 3 available. I'll give you at least 3.
Wow. Playing very risky today, sir.
Yeah, my hyper analysis. Level 25, now 26 for the
Oh.
Tinker.
Timeless Relic on the Tinker as well.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, at least he can't get much bigger on the Wraith King. It's good news for Aster.
Well, you say that. There's still an Ag's Blessing or an Ag's to get at some point.
And still a Rapier instead of the Armlet.
Yeah. He could replace that.
Oh,
Tessa if
Monet,
he
you gotta be
wants to.
careful here. It's not a place to be caught out at this point. She
Just
doesn't
farming,
know.
playing greedy,
What is
BKB
fast?
early, Inkswell now trying to turn this around. They've got the Balance Strike as well as the Soulbind on it too. There's the Wukongs and the damage coming out here onto Ame. Faith Beyond forced out of the circle. They're gonna go after Ame. He's popped the BKB, he's trying to run. They've got the Ravage coming in on a 3. Nothing to say over to the side. He gets the Andisk out of the hands of XXS. But now, why? It's not gonna be enough just to have that Ravage. They get the kill there on a Faith Beyond, taking him out for 90. You've got all 5 heroes available on the side of Aster still, but no ults. Roche, that's the prize. It's just respawned. No buyback on Faith Beyond, and even if he has no exorcism,
I think he has a Hex, right? No,
no.
he doesn't. How did he get Hex previously? Does somebody have a Hex? Somebody got hexed before.
Pigbull?
No, there was a core that got hexed. Was it actually Pigpole? Damn, I'm so confused. Must have been. Alright, so no hex on the Tinker. Well, they really need one because they need some instant initiation. I thought he had it all along after the team fight, but he doesn't have it. He's just going straight into Roche pit though.
I think your eyes are lying to you.
There was someone hexed.
Roche.
No, he was not hexed.
Let's see. He's becoming tinier and tinier.
Who does that axe go to? Wraith King? Keep everybody alive for a while?
What? Sure.
It's pretty good. And ages to him as well again. Okay. I'll take it, he says.
Replacing the Deso with the Aegis.
What's more value, Armlet or Deso?
Armlet. Just gonna take a wild guess.
Illusion.
Okay. I'm not gonna tell you what the answer is, but good guess.
I think that means I got it right, guys. So back to even.
Even Steven.
Great show. They've got the cheese on untied.
My Tinker has no hex,
Yeah.
but he has a Lincoln's and a BKB.
Yeah.
You want to think about that?
Hyper defensive is not what you like.
It's not what I like.
Though the refresher's still being built here for Y.
Yeah. I can't blink up on Doom. Putting that refresher on like 112 seconds cooldown or so. Pretty minuscule.
Bring back in nothing to say. He'll bring to blink to that high ground.
He went for
Above the
overwhelming
secret
blink
shop.
actually. So he's not going for hex at all, huh? Until like
It could be
super late.
next, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but it's really late.
Let's see if he cues the hex up. Doom, Refresher, Shiva's Arcane Blink, BKB with the Shard.
Yeah.
It feels pretty strong.
It does. I mean, he's a very big problem. And now the thing is that Tinker is actually not that big of a deal because he doesn't have the hex, so you don't necessarily need to worry about him too much. Because you are very survivable on the Monkey and on the Lina.
Right.
And really, not having a hex on his hero at this time is very interesting that he chose to not go for it. They
It
have a
showed how
nullifier
quickly
now.
they could kill the Wraith King, too.
Yeah, for sure. And then he's stuck like in the Wukongs.
Especially the level 25.
Yeah. I mean, at least he has 3 lives, but I don't know how much that's gonna help if you're in the Wukongs. Probably not that much.
We'll see how much the Axon Wraith King even does.
I mean, that one is really strong, but yeah.
I almost would have said
That's
give it to like Y or something like that.
I mean, potential could have worked as well, but you have this double ravage. So even if he gets doomed on Y, he's always gonna get the double ravage off now, which is pretty strong. He doesn't even have the mana for it, does he? No, he doesn't. He's missing like 200 mana. He's no Soul Ring. Well, at least Refresher gives us a very good mana region, but he's gonna have to wait for a good 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, or has it if he said it was to buyback or something like that.
Yeah.
4-man smoke. Taking the outpost. It looks so easy for LGD to walk high ground before, too. And they have kind of been cut down to size by Aster.
Yeah. The team fight where they overstayed a little bit, very costly.
Yeah, that was the beginning of like this turn. So Ame getting caught with a dark portrait and then jumped.
Wind Waker now on Death Prophet. Interesting. They do have a Witchbane. Is it called Witchbane? Yeah, it is, right? On the Monkey King, so they can dispel it.
AC picked up for the Wraith King.
Doesn't he have a Nullifier too on Monkey King? I'm pretty sure he does. Yep. So that Wind Waker is 8k down the garbage disposal.
That hurts. That feels real bad.
Yeah. It's interesting too that like a much cheaper item just counters it so badly, right?
You think Wind Waker's too expensive?
Yeah, but I mean it's also pretty
Strong.
what it does, yeah. Especially on here like DP, like repositioning yourself by being invulnerable. Is it invulnerable or invulnerable? Or either way works?
I'll go with either way works.
Okay.
Radiant
Almost
are
40,000 net worth here for Ame. 51 minutes into the game. This is usually the trend with Aster LGD games.
Yeah, so what neutral items are we gonna see?
I never want to get too ahead of myself. Every time I say there's going to be 60-minute items, I jinx it.
I haven't really ever seen the new ones in a pro game. The Arcanist armor, it's a pretty fun one, like the AoE blade mail.
This might be that game.
It might be, or it might not. We just get Force Boots and Book of Shadows. That's always there, and the Undead Book, Book of the Dead. It's always the first one to drop.
That's always.
You want the most fun ones, you always get the dumb book.
Let me get Mirror Shield or Ex Machina.
The Mirror Shield is actually so game breaking against Doom.
Book of Shadows.
Yeah, Book of Shadows. Why does Ex Machina give so much armor, by the way? And a free refresh. Like a 30 seconds cooldown.
Can I get a good tier 5? No, son, we have a good tier 5 at home. Book of Shadows. Great, thanks.
The best one. Honestly, I think people just don't know how to use it because you rarely have the chance to ever use it, so no one is familiar with it. But it can be pretty game breaking. Like you just banish them out of the game like an ODE Astral, basically.
Dato is picked up here from Monet. They've all smoked up, looking for their opportunity, and it's a dire scan that lands.
Dire's top tower is under
Oh, Björn, you're a very big part of the Radiant success. You gotta be careful.
Ori's bot, though, and Dawnbreaker's top, cleaning up.
Where are you?
In the studio. XXS blinking and dooming. Now looking to get this kill. Infernal Blade trying to strum some chords there. Now the Ravage comes out, and now the BKBs come through. They've got the Doom once again as that's been refreshed. On the other side of the fight, though, they'll look for the Grimstroke. They'll take him out. He'll buy back. So did the Tiny as well as the Tide. Wind Waker falling back. Siamese Cat in some trouble. They've got themselves the Circle of the Wukong's command, but it's not enough
Monet's
to
low.
get nothing to say. Monet is sitting really low up in the trees, looking for a Boundless Strike to stop them from chasing. Now the Dark Portrait once again, but eventually that Dark Portrait will be erased with Photoshop.
He got Monet!
Oh, nothing to say, caught him! He's got buyback, and he's going to be forced to use it. They look over at the Grimstroke, who just bought back. Bobica on the run. Right clicks coming in from Ori. Faith Beyond being slowed quite a lot. He's got the defense matrix on him. And now, ooh, Tiny jumping in. They've got the toss on XXS.
No BKB.
And now he's trying to run. Another laser comes out. Monet just bought back, and he's going to drop down for 2 minutes. Nothing to say gets the kill. They look over. Zombie's going to move forward with the Wraithfire Blast.
Ori!
And the right clicks cut right through him. They'll buy back. They'll lose side.
No way.
XXS trying to hold his ground, trying to right-click in, but they've got that axe on the Wraith King, so that'll keep alive this Tinker to get a kill on XXS as he finally goes down and buys back. Ori, as well as XXS, trying to hold it all together. They've got the Lotus Orb, but here comes the laser, as well as the rockets. Ori in trouble. Inkswell on the 2 with the BKB being popped by, nothing to say. And eventually, Ori, can he hold it together? It's XXS gone, and it's looking like this game is gone as there's a rampage for nothing to say.
All right.
The tips come out for Tinker, and they will call GG. LGD will take this series 2-1 on the back of a rampage there from nothing to say. Neff in shambles.
It is so difficult fighting into that double Ravage, man. Like, it didn't even hit a lot of heroes, but just the disturbance it caused. And then Aster just trickled in buybacks one by one. It was a Grimstroke. 10 seconds later, it's the Monkey King. And 10 seconds later, it's the Lina.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't like do it all at once. And then when the Lina bought back, Monkey King was already dead again. And it's just clutch. Like, clutchness level of LGD is way, way out of this world right now.
Yeah, they can pick up the pieces when they're broken on the ground.
Yeah, and that's really the only difference in this entire series. Like, it could have been either, it could have gone either way, right? But
Yeah.
just LGD is more clutch. I mean, they got all